Hey everyone, Dan Fleischer here with HireBus, and I'm excited to tackle a tough question today. Can a good employee get a bad right seat score? It's a really interesting question and one that I've thought a lot about. And I think the simple answer here is yes, but there's a lot of buts. And I found an example today that I wanted to walk you through because I think it illustrates how scores aren't just a simple number out of 10, but there's a lot of nuance behind it. And so the score is kind of step one. And then from there, you want to dive in and learn more about what the scales mean, how this might impact an employee's behavior and success in a role, and ultimately what you can do as the business leader to put the right people in the right seats. So let's jump in. All right. So this person came up in a conversation with a business owner today, and they're applying for a technician role, which is aligned with general labor. It is the most junior person on a truck. And so this person came up because they score great as an 8. But then they said, but I think they might become a lead technician soon, and they score a 5. And it was a really fascinating conversation because the roles are different and the behaviors are different. But you can imagine this person doing really well in this role because overall, they have a lot of the key behaviors and they exhibit the key behaviors in a way that would make them successful. But there's a few areas to develop. And so, namely, proactivity stands out to me and criticality stands out to me and a little bit of creativity. And all of these are related. So for this person in a lead technician role, you would want to coach them and say, hey, your natural behaviors are score a little bit lower in productivity, but in a lead role, you need to dial that behavior up. You need to change your behaviors based on the environment you're in and the role that you're in. And so you can coach them on ways that they can be more proactive, and I'll get in that in a second. Similarly, criticality is very important when you're in a lead technician role. You are responsible for knowing if the job is complete, if it's up to the quality that the homeowner deserves and needs, and if the technicians or laborers under you are performing in a way that is up to the standards of the business. And so what you can do is you can pick these key behaviors. This person, again, they score a 5 for this role, and you can help coach them and develop them. So let's start with productivity. We can open up the coaching questions. And so let's just pop into a few examples. What projects have you started on your own recently? How would you define success for someone in your chosen career? This gets at proactively driving towards good results, and you can help them understand what they might need to do in order to get there. Additionally, there's reflection questions. So you can have them reflect on ways that they can behave more proactively in this potential role or future role. Let's talk about criticality, another one that's really important. Again, can you share a time when you had to complete a project on your own with very little guidance? Crucial if someone's going to be a lead technician, maybe not so important if they are a tech or a more junior laborer in your business. And so hopefully this thing can exhibit how someone could score low and with the right coaching and guidance could ramp up certain behaviors that would make them successful. But let me take this even further. And I love this example because this person scores a 7 on a production manager. And that shows that a lot of these qualitative skills, especially their high support score, their higher endurance score, their lower emotional support score, are pretty tough to find in folks. And so again, if you can coach them a little bit and ramp up their productivity, a little bit to change how they behave in criticality, now all of a sudden you'll have someone who could be a really good production manager. And I think this is a great example because it's someone who scores an 8 out of 10, pretty good for that labor role, that junior role, a 5 out of 10 for that lead technician role, and then a 7 out of 10 for the production manager role. And what's awesome about HireBus is not only can you figure out if someone's the right fit for a role, but you can pinpoint exactly what they need to work on and how that might impact their growth trajectory within your business. So hope that this example is helpful in adding a little bit more nuance to the simple question of, is someone who scores below a 7, are they just a bad employee? I think the answer is no, but you need to understand the scales and how to work with them to make them the best they can be. Hopefully this helps. Appreciate the great questions from everyone in the community.